Kansas Senator Roger Marshall joins us now live on the program. Senator, welcome back to National Report. We understand you had some concerns about the findings of this report. As we've heard from the former president, he also shares those concerns. Talk to us about why this caught your attention.
Well, it's my main job up here is the national security, the health, the safety and well-being of Americans. So Joe Biden has paroled over 2 million people illegally. And this flying in, this planefuls of people across America. And then when they get here, they give them a CBP-1 app that they've already downloaded. Then they hop on another airplane and use that as their documentation, as their identification. So the TSA is allowing these people with the CBP-1 app to board planes without a driver's license, without any type of a passport. These folks have not been properly vetted. I think they're exposing Americans to who knows what as we fly across the country.
Just to be clear, there's a lot of pushback about is it illegal, is it not? Do we know what specifically or which specific crimes have been broken, which laws have been broken?
Well, I think, first of all, the president, when he's paroling these people in mass, I think that's breaking the law. It's supposed to be done one at a time. And as you pointed out, by the way, when these people are given parole, they're also giving a work permit. So they're choosing parole over the asylum process. And I think the other law that's being broken is the law of the land says you have to have basically a driver's license or a passport, a meaningful ID to board that airplane, as opposed to just an app you've downloaded on the free phone that Joe Biden gave you. We think that's insufficient of a background check, and what they're using to get on the plane is simply endangering other Americans.
And so, sir, because of this report and what's concerning to you, I understand you've not targeted, but called out a specific airport, Reagan Washington National Airport, about if illegal migrants were to arrive there, there's going to be some problems. Can you talk to us about this proposed legislation and why that specific airport?
Right, so Congress has the ability to control who comes in and out of DCA airport. So what we're saying is any airline that allows these illegal migrants onto their planes and they allow them to use this CBP-1 app as their identification is that they can no longer fly into DCA. It's one of the few levers we've got up here in Congress, so we're essentially pushing back on every airline saying if you're doing this, then you can no longer land in DCA. Reagan National Airport.
So I wanted to get back to, again, or staying on this topic, but back to the lawsuit. There was a lawsuit that was filed against the Biden administration, essentially trying to get more information about the flights that we're talking about, these authorized flights here through the parole flights. And this is, in the filing, this is what we've learned here. Lawyers for the Center of Immigration Studies saying, quote, exception B7E has been applied to the identifying information for airports of entry, which, if disclosed, would reveal information about the relative number of individuals arriving and thus resources expanded at particular airports, which would either standing alone or combined with other information reveal operational vulnerabilities that could be exploited by bad actors, altering their patterns of conduct, adopting new methods of operation, and taking other countermeasures, thereby undermining CBP's law enforcement efforts to secure the United States border. Again, that from the lawsuit there, from the reporting publication that gathered this information. We've spoken with the man behind that report. He stated that they were able to confirm that flights were happening, but they're not giving information as to where they're departing, where they're arriving to. But that confirmation alone, or is that confirmation alone that, again, they're not saying where they're flying from or where they're arriving at, but it seems as if it is happening.
Well, at the end of the day, this is why we need a new president. I'll need 3 lawyers to interpret what you just read, but I know the intent of the law is to protect American citizens when we're flying. Joe Biden has exactly the opposite intent. His goal is to grease the skids so he can get as many people into this country legally or illegally as he can. And again, we need a president that's going to enforce the intent of the law and protect Americans.